Hello and welcome to the shed again. As we approach Christmas this year, we've been looking at the stable scene, and we've been particularly looking at the animals that were around that scene in the stable when Jesus was born. Last week we looked at the sheep being there, didn't we, if you remember? And this week I was just wondering, do you think there will be some hens, some cockerels in there, in the stable scene? And may well have been. I remember, when I first bought my first car, it was a Ford Poplar. And I remember I was going home from work one day in the bus, and I noticed this car in the showroom, and I went to buy it, and it was £42, a Ford Poplar. I remember the salesman saying to me, "This car," he said, "sir, is good enough to take your grandmother out in." So I thought, well, it must be pretty good. And I bought this car, and one of the first catastrophes I had with this car is that I was driving home from my work, and this chicken ran out right in front of me. And there was feathers flying everywhere, and I was so upset, I stopped the car and I knocked this lady's door with houses with the chicken. I ran the chicken over with, and I knocked the house, and I said, "I'm terribly sorry, but I've just ran over your chicken." And I said, "I just couldn't, it just flew out in front of me." And she said, don't worry, my love," she said, "it hasn't laid any eggs for weeks." Chickens are lovely creatures, aren't they? God made the chickens, and I was just wondering, we looked at sheep last week, and no doubt, there was chickens in that stable scene. Long ago, that's what they used to do in Bible days, didn't they? Half the house was for living, and half the house was for the animals. And most probably there were chickens in various places in the house. And chickens, they remind us of parts of the scripture. We looked at sheep last week, and there's lots of references to sheep, but there are references to chickens. And, there are emotions to life, isn't it? And one of the most emotional passages of scripture, I believe, is in Matthew's Gospel. And I want to read it to you for your reflection, for thought for the Christmas period today. And this is what it says in Matthew 23. Jesus is speaking, and he's saying this: "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you. How often I have longed to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings. But you were not willing. You were not willing. Look, your house is left to you desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, 'Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.'" And you were not willing. That's what Jesus said. "I would long to gather you as a hen gathers her chicks, but you was not willing." And over this Christmas period, there are many people in this world, and sadly to say, but they don't want any connection, they don't want any association, they don't want any relationship with Jesus Christ at all. And how sad that is. I wonder how our hearts are today. And just for a reflection, as we think of chickens and the connection with the stable scene, I want to close again with a carol, a lovely carol, and this is what it says. "In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago, angels and archangels may have gathered there. Seraphim and cherubim thronged the air. But his mother only, in her maiden bliss, worshipped the beloved with a kiss. And then the last verse is reflective, isn't it? It says, what can I give him? Poor as I am, if I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what I can, I give him. Give my heart. As we think of the stable scene this Christmas time, let's come to Jesus Christ, not with just the trappings and the joy and the celebrations of Christmas, but let's come to Jesus today, this year, with our very hearts. God bless. Have a good day. See you again. Bye.